and welcome back to our channel.
And today we're gonna do a get ready with me / chit chat / story time. I got a good story for y'all. If you're my friend already, you know this story. So,
and just a quick reminder, we already prepped our faces and did all of that. So that's why my face kind of looks orange, because you need to color correct to the gods, girl.
Yeah, let's get to it.
I'm sick.
Boo, you whore. Yes, I was totally obsessed with Mean Girls at one point in my life, and I was only in elementary school. I was in 6th grade when this all happened. I don't know, like, how we came up with the idea. Like, I really don't know. Obviously, I just really liked the Mean Girls, and I was like, all right, girls, let's do this. So basically, in 6th grade, I had a group of friends, and we decided that we should make a burn book about girls we didn't like, about our boyfriends, and like things like that. So we ended up doing it, and I personally, I don't remember what girl I wrote about. Oh wait, I actually do remember. I was just honestly jealous of her because she was super pretty, and I'm not even gonna front on that. I was jealous because she was pretty. I was really insecure back then. So I wrote about her, and I was saying some really mean things about her. And I wrote about a boyfriend that I had at the time. I don't know what he did to me, but he did something that I didn't like. So I was like, all right, motherfucker.
When don't boys ever do anything we don't like, honestly? Boys are dumb.
I was like, all right, mother chucker. Sorry about cussing earlier. But I was like, I'm going to write about you. So me and my girls, we literally got like a notebook. We didn't write burn book or anything on it. We got a notebook and we all took turns writing in it. So we're like in class, like doing whatever subject, and like, or actually rewind. We were like at recess or something, recess or lunch. And some girl asked, like, we were at the bathrooms, and some girl was like, hey, like, I heard you guys have a book, like, can I read it? And I was like, I was gonna be like, no, you can't read it, like, what the heck, like, you're not part of it. So, but like one of the girls in our groups let that girl read it. So I think she was in it, if I'm not mistaken, and the girl took back the book. Like, one of our friends took back the book. So we're in class. I had the coolest 6th grade teacher. She was super understanding and like just the coolest. And so we're in class, whatever, and we had the notebook, and me and my best friend were like, dude, like, we need to get rid of this, like, because this girl found out, whatever, and she's gonna tell someone. And next thing you know, a teacher that everyone freaking hated in 6th grade because she was super nosy. She was the worst, honestly. She acted like a child. She like literally asked for someone for the book, so we had to give it to her, and she like read through it and everything. So then obviously it was taken up to the principal's office, and we all got called up to the office. And I'm laughing because like I was a good student. Like, I was genuinely a good student, and this happened to me. So
guys, this is only the beginning of not a lot of things that Noelle and I did.
Oh my gosh, I know. So then, like, whatever, we got sent up to the office, and I was crying because I just knew like my parents were gonna beat me up. Well, not literally, but like I was gonna get punished really bad.
Her bottom kicked, you know?
Seriously.
You know, the Mexican parents, they don't care.
I know. So then I go to the office, and I'm like just waiting my turn. My dad comes, and I hated my principal at the time too. She was super mean. And so like whatever, that ended up happening, and my dad came, and he was all like, the principal was all like, okay, Noella, now you have to read the 2 pages you wrote in the book about the people that you wrote about. And then I was like, okay, like, do I have to read it? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, whatever. So I read it, and every time there was like a bad word or like I called a girl name like a slut or something, I would go like slut or like, oh, you know, like I would mumble the words.
I didn't know that. What the heck?
Yeah.
What
and
a freaking loser.
And then my freaking principal in front of my dad was like, what? We can't hear that. Like, you need to say it. You wrote it, so you need to say everything you wrote. And clearly. And I was like, oh, shoot. So then, like, I wrote it clearly, and then I told my dad, I promise I don't have a boyfriend. I just really like this guy, and I called him my boyfriend, but he was really my boyfriend.
We stay lying. Just kidding.
And then, so then, that story about when you got caught.
Oh, I'll save that one. Oh, God.
So then I got home, and I was punished for a month. I couldn't hang out with my friends anymore that I had. And I lost my privilege to go on the 6th grade trip to Disneyland. So I was basically in a classroom I forgot what I was doing, but I was also supposed to lose my position as a secretary for my class, or as a banker for my class. But my teacher thought I was a good person, so she's like, I'll just keep you as a secretary.
Little did she know.
But yeah, so that's what happened. I wrote a burn book, and
so this happened in junior high. Oh, God bless my soul. In junior high, I was a trouble child. Anyways, so I had a boyfriend in junior high for the longest time, and like I was like really innocent actually in junior high. I did get in trouble a lot because I did not have I picked bad decisions. I'm not gonna say I picked bad friends because I feel like
she made bad choices.
I feel like at the end of the day, like, your friends, like, people aren't bad. It's like you obviously did it, so like own up to your shit. So here I am owning up. So anyways, I was dating this boy for a long time, and I loved this guy. Like, oh my goodness, I was like head over heels for this person. Anyways, we'll call this person Tommy. So me and Tommy were on our way to class, and we had separate classes. So like he gave me a hug, and like he kissed me, like just a kiss. And Lord behold, who was in his golf cart literally watching me? It was my freaking principal. And he was like, oh, Carissa, you know you're not supposed to be doing that, and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh my God, like this fool's gonna call my mom. I'm gonna get in trouble. So this principal like knows me already. He knows like me. He knows my parents. Oh my goodness. There's another story time I need to say. Anyways, so I was like in class, whatever, chilling, right? I was like, my boyfriend walked me like not to my car because obviously like my parents didn't know. I was in junior high thinking I was a grown little girl having a boyfriend. Anyways, so I go to my car, and
we could barely wipe our underwears, and we still had boyfriend.
Seriously. And my mom was like, so your principal called. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I was like, okay.
Wait, pause there. Uh-huh. So we're on our way. I remember this because I was in high school. We're on our way to go pick her up, and my mom's telling me like what happened, and I'm like, because she was all like, did you know that Carissa had a boyfriend? And I was like, no.
Which she obviously knew. Like,
yeah, I was like, no, why? What happened? And then she told me the whole story, and I'm like, holy shit, like, Carissa better not tell them that I knew, or else I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, so anyways, I already knew my parents, like, I had a feeling, because I was like, this fool's gonna rat on me, whatever. Which he did, anyways. So my mom was like, so your principal calls and said that you had your tongue down this Tommy's throat. And I was like, my tongue down someone's throat? I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah, you guys think you guys can have boyfriends, and then we're not gonna find out. You're not even supposed to have one, and blah, blah, blah. So I get my phone taken away, like, for the 100th time, like, in junior high. So I got my phone taken away, whatever. And she, like, finds all these text messages with me and him, and it sucked so bad. Anyway, so I got in huge trouble, and I wasn't allowed to talk to him, whatever. So my boyfriend ended up finding out that I got in trouble, and he wanted to talk to me so bad that he bought me an iPod just so I could, like, talk to him. So I like talked to him through there. But anyway, so the next day I came to like school and I like had been crying the night before. So my eyes were like really, really swollen from the night before. So my eyes were like really low. Anyways, my math teacher, I don't even remember her name, but anyways, she like was like, come here, what's wrong with you? Like, why are your eyes so low? And I was like, because I was crying. And then she was like, you know what? Go to the principal's or go to the nurse's office and blah, blah, blah. So I went to the nurse's office. They basically thought I was high because my eyes were low. So they like gave me a test and like they wanted to see like if I was telling the truth, which I was. Anyways, my school was super dumb, but yeah, that's my story time of me getting caught with a boyfriend because I thought it was a grown little girl. Anyways, also there's another story time where I was again in junior high and I had really bad grades and I had like 30 missing assignments, like super, like I just didn't care. Anyways, my parents found out and I was like failing almost all of my classes. So my dad's like, you know what, we're gonna go to your school. And I was like, okay, this fool is not gonna come to my school. And he's like, and we're gonna embarrass you in front of all your friends. And I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, like keep talking, they're not gonna let you in my school. And there was just like one day,
but little did she know,
for reals. So there was this like one day at lunch, I was like hanging out with all my friends, you know, and this boy was like, dude, your dad's here. And I was like,
what class was it?
This was lunchtime.
Oh,
I was in lunch. And I was like, no, he's not. Like, what the heck? He's like, dude, no, he is. I was like waiting in line and then I turn around and I see my dad. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, obviously in junior high, you just think you're like, at least for me, I thought it was just some like cool little girl always getting in trouble. I thought it was so gangster, honestly. Anyways, so I was like, I can't have my dad here. Sorry, I'm trying to find this thing. I can't find it. Anyway, so I was like, oh my gosh, my dad literally can't be here. No one can know, like, I have parents because no one wants to, you know, when you're young, you don't want anyone to see your parents, you know? Anyway, so I was like, I'm gonna hide in the bathroom, like, the whole entire lunch. So I did. I hid inside the bathroom the whole entire lunch, and then I, like, walked to class, was the first one there, like, sat down. And then, who walks in my freaking class? My dad. And where is he sitting? Right in the back, watching me. He was even waving at me. Oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. So, when that happened, I basically, like, straightened up in a way, kind of, sort of. Not really, because then I got in trouble again. But anyways, that was the last time my dad came to my school.
That was the many of troubles. Like, you think it was bad in junior high? It was bad in high school. We just had a lot of drama, which is why we literally hate drama now. It's just like, you know, a bunch of dumb stuff.
Like, you live and you learn, honestly.
But you know what's better? You know what kind of stories are really fun to talk about? Are the scary stories. So I think you guys should know that not a lot of scary things have happened to us, but when they did, it was pretty scary. Where is my brush? I think I dropped it. Okay, sorry about that. Anyway, so I think this was a time where I shared rooms with Carissa and with our older sister, was it?
Mm-hmm.
So obviously my older sister lived with us. So there was one time, it was like late at night. I don't even know
like
what.
Late at night.
Yeah, like late at night. We just like literally heard, like, I'm not even kidding, like our living room is over there and we heard someone banging like hard on the window, like they were gonna break it basically. And then we're like, who the heck is here? And didn't they go like around or something?
Yeah, they like were knocking like all around the house.
Yeah, and then like, so I think we asked our brother at the time.
They said this. So they said, because my little brother, well, he's not little, but my brother heard, and he had gotten up. But then I didn't know he had gotten up because we were in separate rooms. So I had gotten up, like crawled, like a freaking weirdo, crawled to like the door, and went to go check. And then I asked him, like, did you see anybody? And he was like, no, I didn't see anybody. And I even like looked outside of our window to see if I would see someone like walk like out of our driveway. There is nobody. Like nobody. So I don't know who it was. We don't know who it was.
Didn't Jacob say he saw like a black figure?
Oh yeah, like a tall black figure. But we also didn't see anyone walk out there. So like where would they have gone? I don't know.
It was scary though, because if next morning we asked our parents, like, did you guys hear that last night? And they're like, what are you guys talking about? And we explained everything, and they heard nothing. And they're the ones that are closer to like the sound where it was coming from. But it was really scary, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Carissa has more like scary stories.
Yeah, so there's actually one time where I went to the restroom. Like this was like kind of early. I think it's early, like in the night. So it was like 12, like around 12 o'clock at night. And I was like using the restroom. And I remember my sisters were both sleeping. Like everyone was sleeping in the house. And I had locked the door to the bathroom. And I was using the restroom, whatever. And then I heard like a little like knocking like on the door. And I was like, what? Like come in or whatever. I said something like that. And then they tried like opening the door. Like the door was like moving. Like the doorknob, sorry. And I opened the door like hard. And I was like, what do you want? And then no one was there at all. And then I asked like Rachel and like her. I was like, did you knock? I don't remember if I asked Rachel. But I was like, did you guys knock? And they're like, no, like we were sleeping, whatever. So that was another weird thing that happened to us. Well, to me.
We don't really know if our house is haunted, honestly, but we feel like there was some sort of bad spirit here before. Because like even when I was younger, so in our hallway there was like those like vents, and I was really scared of it as a kid. Because every time I would go to sleep, so I didn't sleep in this room. I slept in the room like across the hall. So every time I would sleep, I always had a dream that like, I know this is gonna sound so creepy, but I had a dream that like basically, I was out of my body. So I was having an out of body experience, and like the devil would take like my actual body into the bathroom, and in the bathroom we had a counter. So the light would be on and I would be sitting on the counter, and the devil was there whispering in my ear, and I couldn't hear anything that like he was saying, obviously. But like I would, like my spirit, I guess, was outside just looking in. I was in the hall looking. But in my dream, every time the devil came out of that vent to come and get me out of my bed to tell me whatever he was telling me. But I couldn't hear like what he was telling me. And what is it called? So then like every time I went to bed, I would pray that like I wouldn't have that dream. So I finally told my parents like about my dream and how I literally had it every night. So they ended up removing that vent. I don't think it was because of my dream or anything. I really don't know why they removed it.
And then also, just to add on to that, I actually would have the same exact dream. Like the same exact dream. Like it
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember you ever saying that.
Yeah, I would have the same exact dream. But the thing with like that's different from hers is like I would be dreaming, I wouldn't be out of my body, whatever. But yeah, like not the devil would come out of it, but I remember like I would be sitting on like the counter of like the bathroom, and then the devil would be like whispering in my ear too, but like no like sound came out of like his mouth like at all.
Like you could just see it moving basically.
Yeah.
But so then they removed it, and when I went to bed, I literally never had that dream again, like ever. Which is so creepy, and I'm so convinced that there was a bad spirit or something in that vent. Like, ugh, so gross. I hated that dream. Like, I seriously did. But yeah, so that was another scary thing that has happened to me. All right, that's it for story time. Thanks for getting ready with us.
And this is our final looks.
What you guys think? Good? It's all chunty and fast, but whatever. So remember to like and subscribe
and put on the notification bell so when we post our next video, y'all will know about it.
And it's every Sunday at 3 p.m. and follow our Instagram. It's down below in the description. So yeah, thanks for joining us.
Bye,
Bye, Divas and Divos.